We are live.
Gang's all here.
Gang's all here. And gang's all here in the chat, for real. Welcome. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of you here.
Wow.
Welcome to the results live show for WONDERTHON 3, the Medieval Wonders Readathon.
Yeah.
This was a time. It was a great time. It was a crazy time. We did it. We have made it through.
We survived. Truly survived.
This was a time.
We did all have a good time. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
I'm going to say up front that I'm not going to be able to click on every single comment.
Hello, we see you.
Can I address?
I see you when I read them. Yes, Martine.
Can I address a rumor in the chat that Amanda is starting? So I'm not in an attic, but I am in a basement because I'm visiting family, and this was the only place I could get away from them.
Right, they are hiding.
So yes, hiding, not attic. Yeah, we are here. Everybody's here. I have a whole slideshow. If you haven't been to one of these events before, we do a whole shebang. So I guess I want to chat like before I start the slideshow just for a couple minutes in case people are trickling in. So how was this experience for us in general?
I had fun. I always have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm competitive.
Fireworks.
That's how I feel.
Like this fuels my competitiveness. Which is why I'm also the drama sometimes. Sorry.
It was also, to me, so fun to see, such a blend of new and returning faces.
Yeah,
like,
we
that
did have a
was
lot of new.
such a great part to see them interact too and help each other and answer questions. It was very fun.
I had a lot of my new people be like, I love this so much. I'm definitely coming back. Like, this was amazing. So that makes us all feel good.
Yeah, I would like to thank my team because not only did they keep me reading, but they kept me laughing. So shout out. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to find out all the silly things that happened. Yes.
We'll go through the slideshow and then we can discuss some silly things and some secrets. I do have a vlog, but I also want to discuss some stuff live. I think that's more fun. So, we did have our very first WONDERTHON.
Yeah, that's so great.
Iconic, truly.
I cannot wait for people in the world to ask you what your tattoo means.
Yeah, that's the best part. Is like you're gonna have to explain it forever.
Yeah. You are all invited back for sure. I agree. It's a huge amount of commitment to the bit, which I absolutely love. Okay, there's like 50 of us here. Not to freak out the people that are on the screen, but there's 52 people watching right now.
There's people in my chat the whole time.
Yeah,
Martine's like, I got it.
There was a lot of people who participated this year.
Yeah, this was our biggest round yet. We had 164 people sign up, and we ended up with 142 active players, which is just like crazy. We also are on most of the continent. Like, we're literally around the world, which is so cool. Just awesome. Love everything about this.
I had someone ask me if any of these people were around the state, and I had to say, no, around the world.
Oh, yeah.
Around the world.
Yeah.
For real. I know. I'm like, we'll get into Antarctica next time. I also don't know if we have anyone in Africa. If we do, let me know, because I would like that bragging rights of like having people. But we do have people in Asia, Australia, Europe, North and South Americas.
If any penguins would like to join my team next year, you are welcome.
Someone just needs to get a Trova trip, right?
Oh,
To-
yeah.
Yes.
To sponsor.
WONDERTHON takes on the world.
Okay, I'm gonna open the slideshow.
I'm so
we're gonna
scared.
be very small over on the side here. So that's okay.
Hearts are big, faces are small.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It is I'm sure it's really expensive to get to Antarctica, so that would be big commitment. Okay. So, are we ready? Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Firstly, I gotta say thank you. I gotta be sappy. You guys who are on the screen, like, I really 110,000% could not do it without you. Like, I literally couldn't do it, but I couldn't handle it emotionally without you guys. So I love you all and thank you. Also, shout out to Ruby for the graphics. One of something you drew is now on someone's body forever, so I hope that feels good. And literally they always look so good. Thank you to everyone who participated this year, like every single person who was in chat who submitted a book. I like really, really, really appreciate you. This cannot be without you guys. And also shout out to Abby. I don't know if she's watching, but that's the love of my life, and we're getting married in less than a month. So she like puts up with a lot through these 2 weeks of me like just being insane. So yeah, those are my sappy thank yous. Some housekeeping. I do have everybody's personal stats, like how many books, what the individual books are, how many points to which place. So if you didn't keep track yourself and you want me to share that with you, if you read and submitted a lot of books, I'll probably share it on a spreadsheet. Otherwise, if it was not that many, it would be in like a DM on Discord. But just DM me on Discord if you want me to share those with you. I'll put it in the Discord chat, important links at the end of this, but the feedback form, I do this every year. It is so helpful. I read every single one. Your ideas have the power to shape what this readathon can become next year. Like the feast idea was directly from the feedback form. Like I really do take the feedback into consideration and the ideas that people have. So it's kind of long, but like none of the questions are required. They're just separated out so I can organize the feedback. So like if you don't have something to say for a question, definitely skip it. You can like literally just fill out one question and that's it. It's still valuable.
The feedback form is fun to fill out.
Yeah, it's also anonymous unless you want me to know who you are. You can put your name if you want, but you like really don't have to. So if you have like, if you're mad, you can tell me. I'll cry. Yeah, so like whatever ideas you have, put those there. It's in the description. I'll also put it in important links. And then third bullet point, I sold the bookmarks through my Ko-fi and Coffee. I don't know how you pronounce that. You can also, like, if you wanted to buy me a book, you can look at my Amazon wish list. Also, if you want to buy me a book that's not on my Amazon wish list, donate on Ko-fi and say you have to buy this book. I will do it. You absolutely no expectations, but if you were so inclined,
Lizzie worked very hard.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
We'll treat.
And I appreciate everybody. Okay, here's our collective stats. We read 4,257 books, more than last year.
Crazy.
Wow.
We read over 1 million pages, which is like absolutely insane. Like
Yeah.
1 million. The averages are there. We did have a lot, like 50 more active players this year than last year. So the averages per player are a little lower, but that's just by virtue of there being more players. But our average book length was greater. And this slideshow will be shared in the final stats chat after, if you want to really crunch these numbers for whatever you want to do with them. I don't know. Okay. Average ratings. I love asking for rating. Everyone liked their books pretty well, which is
Those
good.
are high.
They're all high. Yeah, they're all around a 4-star. Anik did like their books the best, followed by Bodiam, followed by Warwick, and Dover liked their books the least. But everyone's still pretty high. So, like, we liked our books. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all really close together. Okay.
No,
It's not.
We're giving stress, guys. We're all giving the stress vibe.
Okay. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. So here are our top 2 readers by books and by pages. Both from Dover, Jananader, and Stacy, Lady Stacelin of Dover Court or something.
A lot.
Crazy numbers.
what?
Amazing.
Just
Amazing.
so many. Just a lot.
It's just a lot. It's just a
It's a
lot.
lot.
So yeah, that's where we're at. It's like crazy. Most artillery points and most archery points from a single player were also from Dover peoples. Stacy had the most artillery points, over 2,000. And Rez had the most archery points. Most cavalry points was Anna, Kindle and Illuminate from Dover, and most infantry points, Kayla. Kayla got the most infantry points of anyone in the Readathon.
Really getting after it.
I stayed there. I said, I'm going to be here. I'm going to follow the flow chart.
Good for you. Good for you.
That's
I think-
hard.
Yeah. The longest prose novel read for this readathon
Why?
was who read The Stand by Stephen King.
I kind of
Like,
agree.
what?
Why?
Like, that's a choice, and I like powerful.
Yeah, good
All
for you.
power to you.
Please check my receipts on this, Lizzie, but I feel like somebody in Giza the first year read a book similar to this.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Can I
Yeah.
just remind you all that the modifier only goes up to 600 pages?
you wanted wonder points. Wonder points.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
I'm
is
having a bell pop off, but no.
I did. I had to talk them off the ledge.
But no.
Yes, definitely made up for the dino books.
Yeah.
A good team has balance, right? We've got The Stand, we've
We
got
can do it all.
Yeah.
the
True.
busiest brontosaurus, you know? But this is impressive. And our resident math whiz, I always like to shout out Catherine 95, because every year in Dover chat, Catherine pulls out the craziest stuff. Like this year, it was like actually like so Catherine did a thing where she like took the wonder points to battle points ratio and estimated, and the estimates of the dessert sizes, and estimated every other team's overall score to like pretty solid accuracy. Like I was like, what's even going on here?
You don't know what I'm doing?
It wasn't 100% accurate because like it was based on estimates, but it was close. And so like that was very impressive. So I always like to shout out Catherine for that. And up next, I'm going to pass it off to our Anik captains. Let me know when you want me to change the slide.
I'm scared.
I think I'm set.
You
Okay,
want me
sure.
to slide? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so our MVRs, most valuable reader. Why am I reading this like so weird? Okay, so Agatha had read 126 books and that many pages. What is that?
A lot.
28,820. That's a lot. And then Vi read 66 books, 14,084 pages. They read a lot. Agatha was so busy reading that she didn't talk in the chat at all. So I can't say anything like great, like good job, because I don't know your personality. I'm sorry.
Wish it was me.
Okay.
Okay.
Change
Amazing.
slide.
Yes.
Hello. So our Team Spirit Awards first go to Amara. Not only did Amara start off this readathon prepped with lists of recommendations to help get like the best points in our section, which was just killer. They stayed consistently active in the chat, supporting everybody. And I think this is their first year, which is like a lot to jump right into. And it was a great personality to have. And they really fought. They were like, had our team's best interest at heart, which was great. And then Nicoletta specifically was so great, I think, in terms of like being a strategizer on our team. I've not had the joy of working with her before, so I hope she stays with me forever. It was incredible. And I just think that with the positive energy really worked together as a group. We had a great time.
Yay.
Fun, yay.
I didn't like introduce the concept of these for new people, I guess. So like I had each captain come up with a most valuable reader award or two and a team spirit award or two. So that's what's happening right now. You probably caught on, but I'm going to pass it off to Bailey.
Oh, it's me next.
Yeah.
Yay.
You want me to change the slide first or after?
First.
Okay.
My most valuable readers. Last year I did this thing where I picked people that I thought that the rest of my team didn't realize how much they had actually submitted. This year I went with people who very obviously were in it and reading a lot and read the most. And I really love these two people. Both these people were jousters as well. And they were really just pounding through the books strategically, getting it done. And I appreciate them for that. And also both of them probably would have been included in the other awards as well if they weren't here. And I like to spread the love. I try not to repeat my award giving. So a lot of my other people have been here through many years, and we're just really killing it as a group. Great job, guys.
Yeah. Next slide.
Yeah. These are interesting. How I picked them, because I asked Lizzie if I could create other categories, but I'm going to start with Theory. I'm guessing that's how that's pronounced. But Theory, I think, was a great addition to my group. One, because I am very strong-headed. And Theory was really coming in with some like, but what if we do this instead? And I think it's good to like, it leads a discussion really well. And I could tell that they were like so invested in the readathon and what was happening. And they also were just like always there when I showed up to chat, and were very like focused on this readathon. So I appreciate that a lot. And I think it was a fun dynamic to have in the chat. And then also Stacy was just there and in it and always chatting and being positive and trying to do everything for the team. So these were my team spiriters. Go Bodium.
Okay. Martine, you're up next. You want me to change the slide?
Yes, you can change the slide. Okay, so this one is kind of obvious. My most valuable reader was Stacy because she was the biggest reader of the whole readathon. So like, that's value.
You did that?
And I also just want to say, like, two things about Stacy's reading in this case. One, Stacy was also on my team last year. She blew herself from last year out of the freaking water. It was crazy. And also, the like next biggest page count on my team was like 30,000 pages away from Stacy. She was sitting on artillery, just absolutely slamming it. And because of her time zone, I would always wake up and see what she had done and be like,
So would we. So would we.
shout out to Stacy for staying awake the whole first joust to read Holes in the middle of the night. You're an icon.
Can I interrupt just to say something about you saying that she blew herself out of the water from last year? Is I do feel like first year participants are like, oh wow, this was more competitive than I thought it was going to be. And then they show up the next year like, okay, I know what this means now.
I'm ready. You ready for the next slide, Martine?
I am. Okay. My two Team Spirit Awards go to Minnie and Coffee, both very funny Discord names. Minnie, this was your first year participating in WONDERTHON, and you brought the energy from start to finish, never flagged. You were always so excited for everything. You had researched all the WONDERTHON lore before we got started. I think you had watched past live shows where we went over results from previous years. Like, you were about it. And it made me so happy every time. So shout out to you. And then my second Team Spirit goes to Sam because nobody made me laugh as hard as Sam, aka Coffee. We had a quotes thread. 75% of it was just Sam. And I really needed that to keep me going. And I think everybody else did too. There were some days I think we made it on your energy alone. So thank you, Sam and Minnie.
Yay. Okay, Ruby, ready for me to change the slide?
1 second.
Okay. Gotta prep.
Yes, okay, change the slide. Okay, so I tried to, well, not even that I tried to, I was glad that I got to celebrate in this MVR somebody who's been on the blue team for multiple years and somebody who was new. So Lainey has been with me since the beginning and absolutely killed it every single year. She comes out, she reads so much, and again, it's the time zone thing where like I wake up and it's a surprise. It's a treat, it's a delight, and I love that so much. And she also, like, whatever, especially like in Joust, you know, when we're like, okay, we need to rally and get some things read, Lainey is like, I'm doing it, I'll do it, I already did it. Done. So yeah, go Lainey. And then our second MVR, M, or Rita Wong in the Discord, who was, I mean, our second top reader, so cheers to that. But also had so much to say about strategy and like math, and was constantly checking in about like, should we be doing it like this? Should we be doing it like this? And I just really appreciated that. I loved having someone have their brain on it. So love you guys. Thank you.
Next slide.
Next slide. Well. So I'll start with Pian Olma. God bless you. Olma was a shoo-in for this award. For a long time coming. I don't know if anybody else remembers when we were doing jousting. Okay, and the cheerleader challenge to share a picture of something related to one of the props from round 2. And Ona was like, I can do this, but more, and did them all in order, which was spectacular and so funny. And people were like, oh, you don't need to be doing this, you just need to do one. And she was like, no, I need to do them all. So loved her for that already. She brought so much hype into the team. And then obviously also went and got the first WONDERTHON tattoo, which will go down in history. Separate award for thighs most out or something. And my second Team Spirit is going to Mani because she has been on the blue team for the 3rd year in a row. And what was so wonderful this year was having many people on the team, but Mani especially, come through and answer questions. I feel like when people were like, wait, what's this? What do we do with this? How does this work? She was on top of it answering stuff before I even saw it. She was super helpful in welcoming the new members, and of course just being obsessed with the team in general, which I highly appreciate. So happy to have her on the team again. Awesome work.
Yay,
Guys
I
out.
love this.
So fun.
This is my favorite part is like
Mhm.
hearing you guys love your teams, because it just like I see all the chats and they're all so fun and so like different vibes, but every chat has a good vibe. And I love being in all of them, but like it's the people that make this what it is, not to be sappy, but it really is. Okay, team awards. Before we get to the moment you've all been waiting for, we have some other awards to award. This is true also, just to highlight a comment. I feel like especially Blue Team, but like WONDERTHON in general has a lot of history. Like we have been through it together. Like there's lore. And
Since the ancient times.
Since the
Uh-huh.
ancient times, exactly. And so like I always appreciate when I see someone who's new being like, what's this? And then people jumping in to be like, oh, remember the watermelon, like it was the watermelons in year 1 or like whatever. So everyone's so
did
welcome.
say we were going to get 10 watermelons today.
Okay. First up,
The comments are making me so emotional. Sorry.
I
They're
know.
so nice.
I am giving a team spirit in general award to Anik because like the vibe in there was great, and the like no one else knows about this except the people who were on Anik, but they did like spirit days every couple days. It would be like wear pink and post a picture, or like post your bookmarks, or like share what you're drinking, like your water bottle while you're reading. It was so cute. And they also did a and I joined, a couple of us did a little movie night before it even started. Before the Readathon started, there was like a little Princess Bride watch along. It was really cute. And so I loved being in that chat and seeing you guys like really
Exclusive
bond.
events.
I can't believe you guys didn't invite me to that.
So yes, Anik, most adorable, most team spirit. Though like everybody had team spirit. Don't get me twisted. Like the spirit goes off.
Get twisted.
Like okay. For Bodium, I'm giving the best sportsmanship award. I really wanted to shout out Bodium's, like, I don't want to like, get into it, but like the grace that Bodium showed in terms of like just really being there for each other, and always like coming at everything with assuming best intentions, like people say that in like meetings, like assume best intentions. And I feel like Bodium did that, of like just really being kind to each other. So I want to shout that out. Dover, straight up most books read. Like, y'all popped off. And what I thought was funny about this one is my thing is the like change slide thing is covering it, but I think it's 52.2 books read. You guys can see that better than I can. That's the exact same number Rome had.
Interesting.
That's
I was like, I didn't like I copy and paste the slideshow from last year so I don't have to like remake all the graphics. And I was like, wait, that's the same number. Like just books per active player. Just straight up books per active player. 52 is insane, and very consistent. And then
that's nuts.
I know, it's really weird.
So
and random.
crazy.
And Warwick, I wanted to shout out for the longest average book length. That was like a huge thing I was trying to do this year, was like with the feast, with like, I've been trying to do this the last couple years actually, like is getting people to read longer books. And everyone's feast dropped near the end because they were trying to get battles, and like that's what happened. But Warwick was the only team that held on to their feast past the end of the readathon.
Interesting.
So I just yes, Bailey.
I still want to know who the last team was that like we all were feasting and then somebody made it much later.
It was Warwick. Warwick was late to the
Once
party.
we got there,
We were like, oh,
we stayed hungry.
Yeah. You stayed hungry. And I want to shout out, like, just in general, Warwick for, I feel like, really reading what they wanted to read. Like, they really had the value of, like, we're going to come in and we're going to read what we want to read. And that's just going to be the situation. And, like, y'all stuck to it. So,
Whatever happens, happens.
Whatever happens, happens.
And yet, our average rating was the lowest.
Oh.
We should work on that, guys.
No, we're gonna read what we want. The average rating pipeline.
Not making sense.
Okay. The moment you've all been waiting for. We're finally there. Sorry I yapped for 30 minutes before we get to find out the actual standings, but that's the point of this awards show. In fourth place, we have Warwick with 88.42 points.
Go Besties!
Good job. That's great.
In third place, we have Anik with 113.9 points.
Yay.
Shout out, shout out, shout out, shout out. In second place, we
Dun, dun.
have drumroll.
Dun, dun.
I'm scared.
Podium with 131.98 points.
Oh my god.
And that means in first place, Dover with 236.74 points.
Cool.
Y'all red.
Wow. Okay.
That is crazy.
Good job, Martine and team. I'm proud of you.
I was not even the top, like nowhere near the top of my top readers. I did nothing here.
Oh my god. Go Besties.
I am so proud of everybody. And I want to show my favorite graph that I create every year. I think it's the next slide.
Yes.
This is you can look closer at this in the Discord later, but this is what was going on. This is what was going on. It'll be in the Discord for you to zoom in.
What is that wall? What did you do there?
Oh, at the very end.
Money, cash money.
Yes. So at the very end, that's usually I do these a little further apart so you can see the separate in the jumps, but last battles, removing ghosts makes everyone jump, and redeeming joust coins. While we're here, does everyone want to say what they spent their joust coins on?
Suspicious.
I will.
That's weird.
Yes, Ruby,
Yeah,
what did you spend your
So my team earned 5 coins, and with that, we bought 5 points. Thank you.
When?
Love to see
Oh,
it.
like on the last day sometime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anik, what
I'll
did
go
you do
next.
with your joust coins?
So our team earned 15 points and coins, and we used them to buy 15 points right at the end before it ended.
Bailey, what did Bodium spend their joust coins on?
I'm guessing. Well, I'm not guessing, but I think that there was a loophole here because we also took all of our coins and bought points at the end of the game.
And Martine, what did Dover spend?
Yeah,
Your
so
joust
I
coins
think
on?
we did the most interesting thing. We had 60 coins, so we could have
Wow.
done anything we wanted. So we spent half of them to buy Bodium's coat of arms,
Okay.
Podiums.
which was very helpful once none of the mystery thrillers were worth 30 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
And then we spent the other 30 to buy points.
Yeah, so nobody got stolen.
Yeah.
Nobody got stolen.
Is this the moment, Lizzie, where I can share my team's thing about people getting stolen?
Yeah.
Yes. Should I make you big? Should make us. I'm gonna.
Yes, because I'm going to have to show something.
This was so funny. It was making me crack up.
This is one of the reasons Sam won a Team Spirit Award, because people got really paranoid that Bodium had enough coins to randomly buy a person, and they wanted to make sure we were all safe. So Catherine made a spreadsheet where once you submitted a book, you could put in all of the numbers and it would mark you safe or not from Bodium. But to celebrate if you were safe, Sam made us a graphic. And so for a whole day, this graphic was just
Marked
blowing
safe.
up our chat. It says marked safe from Bodium.
That is so funny.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna catch up on some comments. Actually, no. I'm gonna show you the last slide because there is one more slide. How do I get this back up? Oh my gosh. There's so many things going on here. Ooh, this one. Okay. What just happened?
Charlie.
Charlie.
Oh, wait. Somebody's asking when we bought the coat of arms. We bought it before the last joust started.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as they
Wow,
had
right
30
away.
points, basically.
Oh, we also need to learn what everybody got with their second wonder, with their castle.
Yes, let's
Okay,
get there
we're
in a
getting
sec.
places. Yep.
Oh,
This is my word cloud of all the books that were submitted. So shout out to all those Agatha Christie's. I guess Agatha Christie has a bunch of like short mystery stories. And those were being read. There's some weird words in here. I think
Jessica? Like, what the heck is that?
Heartstopper is big. I did search Heartstopper, and that was read, I think, 54 times. Heartstopper volumes read 54 times. I'll put this one in the Discord too, so you can zoom in and look around.
Yeah, I love this. I think I say that every year. Like, it's just a
it's
really
so
fun
fun.
thing.
Though actually, I had to find a new word cloud generator because the one I usually use wouldn't accept more than 10,000 words. And like all of the titles together were more than 10,000 words.
Fun.
So yeah, that's fun. I'll put it in the Discord later. You can zoom in and look at it. Okay. Let's talk about our castles.
Okay.
Who got theirs first? Dover, what did you get?
Yeah, so we got to ask Lizzie one category who was in second place every time we battled.
Okay, and did you like that?
Yes, I did like that. And it actually saved us. It saved our butts.
I think I know when.
Immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was
And my
literally
team
right when
immediately
they got
said
it.
they found out that they're in second.
Yeah. And so it was immediately useful, and it continued being useful the rest of the time.
Bodium, what castle did you get?
We got straight points advantage, and we're now winning 7.5% in all of our battles.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that was a good straight points advantage.
Warwick, what did you get with your tattoo bot castle?
Oh yeah. So we got graphic novels count as one book, which well, I don't think we would have gotten our final battle without that. But also, like, we weren't reading that many graphic novels before that, so then suddenly there was a lot of pivoting.
I'm like, I'm like, oh.
We're like, wait a minute.
It was so inspired by the art. The wheel chose art.
Yeah.
Yes. And Anik, what did you get?
We too got the 7.5%
Interesting.
win on battles.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We
You
thought
gotta use that to your advantage. Love you.
I gotta go.
in studio.
I'm gonna look at comments because I feel like people have been popping off, which I love, but I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, we also thought Dover had the graphic novel count as one. But it turns out they were just reading.
The only reason we didn't is because it was so obvious with what they did next, because we knew what we had done to surpass them in a category that then they backed down from, that it was like too obvious.
And
okay.
honestly, shout out to Anik for winning the first artillery battle that they did against Bodium. That was like fairly large, because we would not have known to go against them in artillery without it. We didn't
AKA me going, but we're getting into revealing deals and such, but AKA into me going to Anik to say, hey, what can we do so you don't tell Dover our artillery score?
We didn't need to know the number to know we were better than you.
Anyone else want to reveal a deal that occurred?
I will reveal something that happened for the plot exclusively.
Oh, I had some fun ones like that too.
So we decided that we wanted to become best friends with Warwick. And so Sam made a graphic, one of those like check yes things, if you want to be our friends.
That's so funny.
I'll show it to you right now as soon as I can find it.
This happened like yesterday.
Yeah, very
This
late.
was like
To be clear.
Where is my chat with Ruby? There it is. No strings attached, just friendship. Here it is.
Oh.
It's got the thigh there and everything. It says, do you want to be BFFs? The options are yes, please, that would be fun. Yes, I would love to be BFFs, or yes, but only for the plot. Please check the box for your response. XOXO Dover. P.S. We like your tattoo. And they did in fact send back that they only wanted to be friends with us for the plot. So we're besties. Oh, I will say, while we're on the topic of proposing this friendship, we had a couple graphic options for how we were going to reach out to Warwick.
Are you guys reading so much and doing all of this?
Right.
I'm just wondering.
Was that we we basically wanted to reach out for a time of friendship and happiness post betrayal. So the first thing that Sam did is change our marked safe from Bodium to a marked safe from betrayal stamp.
Whoa.
And then after that, we considered proposing a strings attached alliance with Warwick before we went with just straight friendship. And in that case, Sam made this lovely proposing an alliance stamp.
Cute.
So,
okay, I'll share next.
Yeah, go for it.
I did have an alliance with Warwick for the entirety of the game.
Love you, bestie.
Proposed by us. My team was very jilted last year by learning that all these deals were going on, and we were just like, we never thought of a deal. So we came in ready this year. literally last year, my whole team like, Bailey, did you know that all this stuff was going on? And I was like, my brain was off. So this year we proposed to Warwick, knowing that we did not want to fuck with the infantry board. We proposed to Warwick that they would not attack us in infantry and we would not attack them in archery. But then Warwick chose to attack us with every single battle in
but not in
infantry anyways. But
not with infantry.
the revenge was that we literally said, we're going to use archery. And then they attacked us in archery and
we were feeling ourselves. We were feeling really good at that moment. And we were like, yeah, we shouldn't go after Dover because they're definitely winning right now. But we could probably take podium.
Yeah.
We probably, right. I mean,
maybe.
go big or go home. And so we did go big and then we went home. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
I'm glad you had fun. So did we.
Don't worry. I ended the game with negative battle points, so don't worry.
The red house felt around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Well, we were thinking you made that too with everyone, but then we were like, well, then they can't use their wonder. So probably not.
Yeah.
But yeah, we wondered. We were very suspicious as a team.
As you should be.
Somebody said something nice about us on Maine, and we were in the work chat like, okay, what are they plotting?
We just wanted to love you.
I was like, I think they were just being nice.
Dover sent us that note. We were like, okay.
Literally, when I sent Ruby that note, she said, "What is this?"
Actually, when I sent Ruby a proposal, I was also met with like, what? At first.
Okay, you sent it to me in May.
I did. There's a date on it. You can pull it up. There's a date on it.
Literally May.
And Ruby said, "Is this cheating?"
I was like, what? I stand by that.
Any other last things I want to plug are that, unless we have lots more to say, but as soon as we get off here, and you guys who are on the screen, don't let me talk to you before I put things in the chat. I need to put the feedback form link in important links. I'll put those graphs and the word cloud and the link to the slideshow in final stats. I will put my little links if you want to send me something, but you really don't have to, and share your socials. Is there anything else I need to put anywhere else? Yes, Martine.
I don't think there's something you need to put anywhere, but in a minute, I would be willing to share from my perspective what happened in our last joust, if anyone's curious.
Yeah. Let's talk. We haven't talked about the joust a lot, so let's go.
Series.
Do we want to start with the first joust?
Yeah, let's go off.
Yeah, let's rehash my multiple day long heart attack. Fun. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Ruby was kind of crashing out. We love you though. Mm-hmm. Yes, Danielle.
Can I kick it off with the fun of it for us?
Yes.
I somehow convinced the team to read Warrior Cats with me, which is something I've been pushing for with this group for a while. So when I suggested Warrior Cats, and they said yes. You guys. And it was Robin Hobb level of fantasy. It was intense. These are not kids' books.
I do not believe you.
That was not an exaggeration at all.
Ask any of us that read it. We were shook. Sneeze Legs is in this chat. Nice to see you again. We did a Warrior Cat name generator. I think I was a Rock Spot, and Sneeze Legs was what Nicoletta got. I just gotta say that, I was really wanting that to happen.
What I will say about the jousts, like all 3 stages, just in general, like the level of coordination, like that was really like the challenge was like getting everyone to read the book, like getting the submissions in the right order. The level of coordination was very impressive. Yes, Bailey.
I will say both me and Martine tried out for our jousting teams, correct?
Did not
And neither of us made it, and I think that was to our advantage. Because I would assume Martine was the same way I was, where I was like, okay, I'm coordinating this. I'm keeping the list. You guys start
read.
Do.
Yeah, I feel like multiple times I went into the team captain's chat and I was like, I shouldn't be allowed to do this. Why did you let me do this? Get me out of here. But it was fun.
Yeah. Has everyone said what? I'm gonna run through what everyone read for the first joust, just in case it's not known. So Anik read Warrior Cats. Dover read Holes. Podium read
I wish
the
I read
Roommate
Holes
Risk
is a good choice.
by Talia.
My team was all like, "Ooh, this was more smut than I thought." My team went straight smut, and I think some of them
reading
were
smut is crazy.
surprised. As a group, they quickly read smut as a group.
And Warwick read Anne of Green Gables.
Pew.
No, yes.
Yeah.
Warwick read Anne of Green Gables, which I love that book. And
Okay,
I'm-
so my team was the only one who read adult.
that's
Yeah,
true.
that was poor strategy on your part, frankly.
Yeah, I wish we had read Holes. I wish I was on that team. I love that book.
Everybody
That
had
was
a really
a
great
good
time with Holes.
And I think having to speed read like any book to that extent, I would rather it be a reread.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know what the hell happened today of Green Gables.
Oh,
Like I was there.
Anne of
I
Green
read it.
before?
No, and I'm never reading it again.
I love Monty's dedication of like during
That's
second
true.
joust being like at work and being like, kids, go do something. Like I gotta read.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, the second one, actually, like it was initially going to be 6 levels, and then like literally the night before, I was like, Ruby, can you make me a graphic with 8 levels? I feel like 6 is going to be too easy.
She asked me to make one with 10 levels, you guys, and I was like, that's not gonna fit.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
And yeah, and Warwick, like Dover obviously crushed all of the jousts. Like we know that. But Warwick secretly crushed the second joust.
Yeah, they did. Because they beat
good
us, but we made it.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I went to work a 2.5-hour book club shift. I left work and it was over. And I was like, great. I started listening.
Yeah.
Can I just say, someone
yes.
is defending my claim on Warrior Cats, and I just want to say, they're saying I'm right. It's insane. They said they read the graphic novel.
That's Olna.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's our tattoo queen.
Thank you, Olna.
Yeah. And then Joust 3, Martine, do you want to go for it? What happened in Joust 3 in Dover?
Yeah, so Joust 3 was particularly harrowing for me because I was approaching and then crossing the Canadian border as it was happening. So I was like going to lose service at some point and then gain service back and have to talk to a border agent at some point. And also I didn't have my computer on me and like logistically for that. So I started listing out letters in Discord and Sam was immediately like, no, and made a spreadsheet for everybody. And they were just like claiming letters.
Yeah.
And I was watching them read and I was like, okay, this is a bit crazy, but surely they'll slow down because they read like some of their fast books first. So I was like, okay, like, you know, I'll have some time once we roll up to the border. They won't be done yet. They were reading, I was watching it. Our cheerleaders were like, I don't think we can get cheerleaders fast enough.
Oh, yeah.
Like, get them a freebie. Like, what's happening over there? It was kind of just pure madness. And then there reached a certain point where people were done with all of their designated letters. but they were like, I'm still fired up. I'm ready to read. And so they were stealing each other's letters.
Yeah.
And for our very last letter, poor Les August, everybody was like, we haven't heard from them. Everybody start one. Whoever finishes it first, put it in the sheet. We're done. We're doing it. And we had 3 books left, I think, as I was crossing the border. And I just had to sit there with the agent, like, asking us questions. What is my team doing? And then when I came back online after we crossed the border, the first thing I saw was somebody saying, like, oh no. And I thought Bodium had won. And I was like, what's happening? But then I caught up on my chat and we still had like 1 book to go. And that was the oh no, like, we don't know where this person is and we're all reading right now. So they rushed each other to the end. And so, like, I had been in Canada for maybe 5 minutes before they just finished the challenge.
Would you like to know how many letters we had done at that point?
Yes, I would.
It was like 7.
Excellent.
I also would like the books chosen were very strategic. Like, I know it was chaotic, but like there was quite a bit of poetry. Just
Which
from observing the list, like the poetry was being used. I think, like, was it like Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur was used like for multiple letters, like multiple separate people read it. Like
no, I think something, The Princess Saves Herself in this one was used by Amanda Lovelace for multiple letters.
Okay, yeah, I know there was like at least 1 book that like several different people all read and then submitted for different letters, which is fair game as long as different people are reading it. I think, yeah. So
we had like 1 book that somebody was in the middle of that they finished. Jen finished a comic that she had, like, a full-length comic that she had started. She had like 150 pages left of that. So that counted as one of our comic spots. But they really worked on filling out our non-comic spots first with a lot of poetry, some middle grade, and then once we knew we had enough spots, they just all turned to graphic works for the final one.
We actually were having the issue of like nobody was saying short things or graphic things and being like, somebody swap your letter for something shorter. So we just wanted to joust. We wanted to feast. What can I say?
Yeah, well, we had agreed as a team. We had like made sure Catherine did some math, and she was, no matter what you guys submit for this, we're going to be fine feasting. So go crazy. And we did.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
That happened.
It did.
I literally, was that the day that I sent you guys my Apple Watch telling me like there's a change in the trend of your resting heart rate? And I was like, I think I'm getting a panic disorder.
Jousting is not for the faint of heart. Is what I learned.
I wasn't even jousting and I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else we have neglected to discuss?
I would just like to quickly shout out, this is not like a fun thing, just to shout out how many people, I'm sure it happened in other teams too, were willing to step in and help when people were confused and had questions, when the team captains were away or couldn't answer right awwe. I had to type fast to try and beat some people in my team to answering questions at points. You know who you are, because we're always there and ready to respond and fill people in on what they had missed, including me. If I missed something, I'd be like, what's happening? And they would tell me. So thank you for doing that. I couldn't have done it without you. I'm sure the other team captains feel very much the same way.
I love you, Amanda.
I had the advantage of having like a handful of moderators from a large Discord on my team, and all of them were proving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate my team was very patient for someone who has to deal with a captain that doesn't understand math or anything and had to just be like, can anybody do this?
I didn't do any of my own math. Actually, Amanda did our math. I am good at taking screenshots.
We had to have Lizzie give us our screenshots sometimes.
Well, because it would be like 15 minutes
People
after.
sending screenshots.
Yeah.
We couldn't.
Yeah.
We would just do it, and it would just be the wrong one, and we'd be like, "How?" I think one time I did it at like 11:02, and it had changed by like 3 books. Sorry.
Also, on an ending note, this is gonna end for 20 minutes. I know Lizzie shouted out Abby, but I know many of us would also like to shout out our partners. Specifically, I would like to shout out my husband because I have 2 children, and he let me have 16 days off of all responsibilities. So,
Shout out Chris.
For
love you,
real.
Chris. 10 out of 10. Would marry again.
Anybody else?
I'm proud of Nick for opening the Discord and trying to try it.
Yeah,
And he read.
I think one of you was trying to sabotage me. I think one of you spoke with Connor. And Connor was working for you.
I think that's potentially
Love
just
of-
their personality.
Love of my life.
Maybe that's my plan for next year.
Ooh, good idea.
My
Okay.
family was very understanding because I was on this family trip, but I told them like my team needs me, and they were good.
Mm-hmm.
It's an emergency.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone in the chat.
This
I will
is
get
so
you.
sad. We can't
I
leave.
know. No, well,
Lizzie's like, please let me go.
Okay.
If anybody's curious, our family movie night was The Princess Bride. I'd never seen it.
yeah, it
Like
was
it?
fun.
It was good. A little cheesy, but it makes sense.
So thank you guys. I love you guys. This is the best. It's like I really thought that like it was just gonna be us people who are on the screen. I was like, no one else is gonna join year one, and then it like has become this incredible thing, and that's because of you guys. So
Oh no.
Okay.
and on
I'm not-
that note,
Just end it.
Period.